Hey there. Have you ever looked at the tag of a product and seen made in China? Of course you have. For decades, China has been the go-to country for manufacturing everything from smartphones to shoes, toys to tech, plastic spoons to power tools. But times are changing. And guess what? There's a rising star in the East, one that's gaining attention fast. That country is the Philippines. Yup, the land of 7,641 islands, amazing beaches, delicious food, and karaoke nights, is now being seen as one of the best alternatives to China for manufacturing. And no, this isn't just hype. It's a well-backed economic movement. Today, we're going to dive deep into why the Philippines might just become the next global factory hub, replacing or at least giving serious competition to China. So grab your coffee or Halo and let's explore this exciting shift. Let's start with the obvious. Why would companies even consider leaving China? It's like breaking up with someone you've been with for 30 years. There's got to be a good reason, right? Well, here are a few. 1. Rising labor costs. Wages in China have been rising steadily. What used to be cheap is now not so cheap. 2. Trade tensions. The US. China trade war wasn't just a political drama. It hit businesses hard, with tariffs adding up to billions. 3. Geopolitical risks. Many countries are worried about over-reliance on China, especially for essential goods. 4. COVID-19 fallout. The pandemic exposed how fragile global supply chains are when concentrated in one country. So, companies are now looking for China Plus One strategies. That means keeping some production in China, but moving the rest to another country. And here's where the Philippines steps in. Let me introduce you to the Philippines as you've never seen it before. We know it as a tropical paradise, a country of warm smiles and a call center capital. But beyond beaches and BPOs, the Philippines is quietly building its case as a manufacturing hub. So, what makes it a good fit? 1. Cheap labor costs. Let's be real, labor cost is still a huge factor. The average manufacturing wage in the Philippines is around $300 to $400 per month, compared to over $700 per month in China. That's a significant difference for labor-intensive industries like textiles, assembly lines, and electronics. And it's not just about cheap labor, it's also about skilled labor. Filipino workers are known for their adaptability, English proficiency, and technical skills. You get quality, not just affordability. 2. English proficiency and communication. The Philippines is one of the largest English-speaking countries in the world. That makes training, managing, and communicating much smoother for international companies. No need to fumble with translations. 3. Strategic location. The Philippines sits smack dab in the middle of Southeast Asia, perfect for exporting to China, Japan, Korea, Australia, and even the US. It's part of the same Asian time zone too, which is great for real-time operations. 4. Growing infrastructure. Okay, the roads might still need some work in places, but the government is serious about infrastructure. Through projects like Build, the Philippines is modernizing roads, airports, seaports, and internet connectivity. 5. Young workforce. The median age in the Philippines is 25 years old. That means a young, energetic labor force with decades of productivity ahead. Companies love this. It's like hiring a 25-year-old full of energy, passion, and TikTok dances. 6. Government incentives. So what kinds of manufacturing can thrive in the Philippines? 1. Electronics and semiconductors. The Philippines already exports billions of dollars in electronics and semiconductors every year. It's got the factories, engineers, and tech know-how to scale up. 2. Garments and textiles. Textiles used to be big in the Philippines, and now they're making a comeback. With cheaper labor and a creative workforce, fashion and apparel brands can thrive here. 3. Medical devices. This is a big one. Companies like Medtronic and B. Braun already operate in the country, and there's huge potential for others to join. 4. Automotive and aerospace components. Believe it or not, the Philippines already manufactures parts for Airbus and Boeing. And yes, wires, cables, and harnesses for vehicles and planes are assembled right here. 5. Furniture and home decor. If you've ever seen world-class rattan or wooden furniture, chances are it came from the Philippines. There's a growing demand for handcrafted, sustainable home products, and the country delivers. Let's now imagine a world where foreign manufacturers set up shop across the Philippines. What happens to the economy? Job creation galore. Massive. Millions of new jobs could be created, directly in factories and indirectly in transport, logistics, food, housing, and more. This would reduce unemployment, especially in rural areas. Skill development. When multinational companies move in, they bring with them training, tools, and new technology. That knowledge doesn't just stay in the factory, it spreads across the economy. Boost to the peso and exports. More exports mean more demand for Philippine-made goods, which means more dollars flowing in. That strengthens the peso and improves the country's trade balance. Infrastructure boom. To support manufacturing, roads, power grids, and internet will need upgrades. That leads to better living conditions for everyone, even outside the industrial sector. Economic diversification. The Philippines has long relied on OFW remittances and BPOs. Manufacturing adds a third engine to the economy, one that produces tangible goods and real economic resilience. Rise in middle class. With better jobs and incomes, more Filipinos can afford homes, cars, education, and even vacations. The middle class grows, and with it, the domestic market becomes stronger. Better global standing. More investments mean more partnerships, more diplomacy, and more say in international economic forums. The Philippines levels up on the world stage. Alright, let's keep it real. It's not all sunshine and mangoes. There are still hurdles the Philippines has to overcome to truly become a manufacturing giant, power supply and cost. Electricity in the Philippines is still one of the most expensive in Asia. Manufacturers need cheap, stable power, or they'll think twice. Bureaucracy and red tape, permits, licenses, and government paperwork can still be painfully slow. Although things are improving, there's room to be faster and more transparent. Port, congestion, and logistics. Traffic in Metro Manila isn't just a meme, it's a nightmare. Port congestion and delivery delays hurt the supply chain. Infrastructure needs continuous upgrades, political stability, and corruption. While relatively stable, foreign investors still worry about changing policies or under-the-table dealings. Long-term confidence depends on consistent, clean governance. Education and skill alignment. The workforce is young and capable, but training systems must keep up with new technologies like automation, AI, and precision manufacturing. You might be wondering, what about Vietnam, Indonesia, or India? Good question. Let's compare criteria: Philippines, Vietnam. India, Indonesia, language. English, very fluent. Moderate, low labor. Cost, low, infrastructure, improving fast. Strong mixed, developing stability, democratic, stable communist, stable democratic, complex, somewhat stable workforce age. Young incentives. Strong PISA, strong mixed. Each country has its strengths. But for companies that prioritize English communication, skilled labor, and Western cultural alignment, the Philippines often wins. Let's highlight a few companies that already saw the potential and moved in. Texas Instruments. They operate one of their largest assembly and test plants in the Philippines. Procter & Gamble manufactures products in their giant plant in Cabuyao. Unilever produces goods locally, even exporting to neighboring countries. Analog Devices, big in electronics manufacturing here. They're not just surviving, they're thriving. Imagine this. By 2030, thousands of factories operating across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Bullet trains moving goods, young Filipinos mastering robotics, export numbers smashing records, a middle class booming like never before. It's not a fantasy. It's a very real possibility if the country leans in and foreign investors step up. So if you're a business owner looking to diversify from China, take a long, serious look at the Philippines. It's got the heart, the hustle, and the hands to build your products with pride. And if you're a Filipino, this could be the start of something incredible, a new industrial revolution, a turning point in history. So, what have we learned today? China's era of dominance in manufacturing is facing new challenges. The Philippines offers cheap labor, English-speaking workers, and a strategic location. A surge in manufacturing could transform the entire Philippine economy. Challenges remain, but none are impossible to solve. The opportunity is knocking, and the time to answer is now. So whether you're a global CEO, a policymaker, or just someone curious about how the world works, remember this. The future of manufacturing might just be made in the Philippines.